In this video lesson, we're going to review getting the gist when we read. This is really important as we dive deep into text to figure out themes or lesson that an author is referring to, as we analyze details to help us determine that theme, as we know how to write a summary or a shortened version of a text and are able to do that. With informational text, we're going to work on, of course, defining the main idea, determining main ideas, identifying those key details and how they support summaries and writing summaries. Now, when it comes to stories, this is a fantastic strategy that really helps me focus in on what's most important in the story. It's called Somebody Wanted But So and Then. We'll do this more in class. I'm going to use it for this Hen and the Apple Tree fable. It's pretty short. What's interesting about this is when I go to summarize it, I can't try to summarize it as I'm reading. I actually have to read it first to think about all of these parts. And so I'm going to let you read this on your own, but I'm going to show you how I read it first and then went back and did that somebody wanted but so and then. The somebody's in the text. Actually, the hen was listed first, but when I got to the end, I realized there was a wolf. And so when I was thinking about this more carefully, the somebody in the text was really mostly the wolf and what the wolf wanted. The wolf wanted to eat the hen, and I know this because the evidence down here talks about how he had went away in a hungry rage. And I know the hen tricked him because it said the wolf knew he had been outsmarted. So the wolf wants to eat a hen and tries to trick it by pretending to be a tree. I know that he was pretending to be a tree because of all these clues. But the hen figures out that he's trying to disguise himself, because the hen figures out that first there wasn't a tree there the day before. The tree has 10 furry toes, 2 long pointed ears, and a mouth full of sharp teeth. So these clues tell me that the hen is tricking then the wolf, because the hen says, "Some of you trees lose your leaves this time of year." So the hen tricked the wolf into shaking off the leaves. They quickly dropped off. I also know that the hen was not surprised to see the large wolf, and so that does confirm that the hen figured it out. How did this wrap up then? Well, the hen locked her shutters and slammed her window closed, and the wolf had stormed away in a hungry rage. So I applied this strategy, but I had to read the text first and then think carefully about all the parts. The next piece in this lesson that you're going to add is some information about theme. Theme is going to be one of the most difficult things that we work on this year, and it's going to be something that you're going to work on as a 4th grader, a 5th grader, a 6th grader, a 7th grader, and so on. So we're just exploring it. Now, one way we look at it is theme is the message the author is trying to convey. These are some theme ideas. These are not by themselves themes, but they can help lead us to thinking about that. Here's an example. I might read a text and go, "Oh, I think this text is really about friendship." Then I might think about an adage or a proverb that could help me. For example, birds of a feather flock together. And so the statement could be that people who are alike or have things in common often become friends. And so this could become my theme statement. Now, when you're thinking about a theme, here's a little checklist for yourself. Can your theme connect to multiple texts? If you can answer no to both these questions, check, it could be a theme. Is your theme more than one word? Rather than saying the theme of this text is love, maybe you're determining that it's love conquers all. Or rather than say it's about cooperation, maybe you're determining that, well, many hands make light work, because everybody's working together, or teamwork divides the task and multiplies the work. So if you can say yes to this and no to this, chances are you've got a good theme idea going on. And then finally, when we're thinking about determining a main idea, or I like to say big idea, of an informational text, we can read closely to look for patterns or repeated words or key details. Here is an example. This piece of text is from Expedition Zero, which we read as third graders. Look at all the words that have been repeated. Heat or hot, climate, hot, wet, weather, climate, without air conditioning, hot, watery fields. Heat and hot's repeated 3 times and without air conditioning. We know that it's pretty warm. We have wet and watery, and then we have the idea of weather and climate repeated twice. And so by looking for these repeated words, we can come up with the big idea about this section of the text is that it's a very hot and wet climate, or the weather is very hot and wet in this area.